Hey everybody. So actually I have a mic. Let me put the mic on. Sorry. So I'm at a parade, and it's actually a very special parade. Unfortunately, the weather has been horrible. See, can you hear me? Yeah, so it's a very special parade. Jody, how are you? Uh-oh, I just felt the rain drop, but I'm kind of standing under a tree. So yeah, we're at a parade. The parade passes very fast. I was just talking to somebody who had an update. They were saying they're about 10 minutes away. But as I say, it's a very fast-moving parade. They started in Staten Island, another borough of New York City. And a little history of what it is. Yes, it is a beautiful church. So that's St. Francis de Sales. And hey Dave, how are you? So, okay. So what is this parade for? So they start in Staten Island, and there's 50 families this year. 50 warriors, their first responders or military, and their families that come to this neighborhood. This neighborhood sponsors them, sponsors the event with other companies. And what they do is they give them a weekend full of like New York City activities, a New York City experience, but more than New York City itself, they're giving them a beach, because right down the block, we're a block away from the beach, is a beach experience. So they have all kinds of events for them for the weekend, like fishing trips, adaptive surfing, because as I say, some of them are wounded in all various types of ways. It's usually a little thicker, the crowd, believe it or not, and they're just going to pass by. It's going to be so quick, but they come by in like a convoy type parade, and they're escorted, and they've been escorted all the way from Staten Island. So they went over the Verrazano Bridge. They came up through through Brooklyn, and then they came into this neighborhood. So somebody was just reminding me that on the bridge that leads to this neighborhood, there's usually people spaced out over the whole bridge, because it's like a walking path with American flags. So I remember from last year, I covered this last year too, but I did a recorded video. Yes, they are. I think they understand too, you know. I don't think they're just excited because school's over. But what was I saying? I'm sorry. Yeah, so there was crazy storms, crazy thunderstorms and lightning storms, and actually Staten Island got hit pretty hard, supposedly, or they were expecting Staten Island to get the worst of it, which is where, like I said, they're starting from. So they had to get to where the fire station where they were starting from, because they start from like a fire station, a special rescue unit station in Staten Island. Oh, but I was saying last year. So last year there was a big basketball competition in this church parking lot, and a couple minutes before, all the place stopped. They had bleachers set up here, and it was just packed. It was just packed, and there was like American flags everywhere. It was really something to see. And last year also they had a big concert. So that's a separate video. If you look back at my stuff, a separate video where they invited people from everywhere. And I can't remember the actor's name, but he has some foundation that he does this now. He Sills or something like that. He was an actor on one of the police shows. But it was amazing. I couldn't believe how big it was. It was huge. But I don't think they're having that this year. I didn't see any of the other events. Being public. I know they were looking for different volunteers and stuff like that, but yeah, and you know what, Jody, too? Every fire hydrant. I'm looking for a fire hydrant. Oh, yeah. Every fire hydrant is, because when I was on my way here, every fire hydrant, not just in this neighborhood, but in the neighborhood like attached to this, is painted. It's somehow an American flag, red, white, and blue theme. Some are stripes, some are stars.
We're going down.
Hey, Sawyer, how are you?
So it's a magnificent view. So my friend Mike is doing it, but he's got a thing.
So I was talking to one of the reporters from a paper, and he said that he had an update they were going to be here at 7. So we'll see. But I don't want to say something if it doesn't happen this year. But last year you were positive that it was coming. So I'm just kind of hoping that the rain holds off, because I think the chance of rain increases. So we'll see. But yeah, at that concert last year that I went to, it wasn't just a concert. There was like a special section for the warriors, the visitors, and their families. But then at one point they kind of opened the gates, and even after, or just mixing up with people, I had some of the most amazing conversations, just talking with them and hearing the story, and it was very inspirational. Yeah, all day, Sawyer. It's been storming. But yeah, besides them coming here, because the dinner that they go to, they have like a reception for them, is at one of the local places here. Uh-oh, it is raining, unless it's coming off that tree. Oh, besides this neighborhood, the whole route, which is highway, they'll have American flags draped over, or POW, whatever, flags to welcome them. So I was trying to figure out, should I come back to the same spot, because this is kind of where I came last year. And they were selling event shirts in front of that beautiful church. I don't see the guy unless he's inside, or maybe he's doing that out of a car or something, because it was looking like rain. But they had a table set up. I actually wearing last year's shirt now. Yes, it is a Catholic church. So history that I know about this church, after Sandy, because again, the ocean is 1 block down, and these are like beautiful, beautiful houses. But 1 block down is the ocean, and like 2 blocks up is the bay. So after Sandy, that was one of the relief centers, that church and the parking lot. So I was coming here, and they had so much stuff, they were like turning me away. if they didn't need that particular item, they didn't know what to do with it. But all throughout the whole peninsula, like Rockaway Peninsula in general, there was different relief centers, but that was one of the first ones that was set up. Is it closed? I know what you're saying. I don't want to. In my luck, I'm going to go in there, stick my head in there, and we're going to miss it. Although people do get like somehow updates. I don't know if it's on Facebook or whatever, some group, but they seem to know because the crowd got kind of thicker. When I was talking to the guy, I was like, "Where is everybody?" And again, this will go like a mile. I should do that. Let's see. So it's not just in front of the church where there's people. So this is 130th Street. And you could see all the way down. There's like a pretty steady line of people. But it also goes all the way this way. So 10 blocks from here is where they turn. And they go to a local place over there for that reception. But besides the chance that it may rain, that it looks like it might rain, it's beautiful out. There's like a nice breeze. The humidity kind of left. Oh, thank you, Jesse. Jesse, how come you're not blue? Or do I not see the blue? Is everybody else seeing Jesse journals as a blue? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, because I'm using Prism. Jesse is blue. Thank you.
And then the guy actually came and then
Somebody could shout, "Hey, you, get off my lawn." So besides the church here, another block up is like a little main street. It's only one street, but there's a couple of restaurants, of course, bar, pizzeria, some commercial stuff. High Plains Camper, how are you? So I look quick at your thumbnail. Would you do something with the drive shaft, or were you working on the exhaust system? Now I really can't imagine what you could have done that's so bad. I definitely have to watch that video. So yeah, you could see. And if you think about it, it's a Thursday. So a lot of people are still commuting home from work and stuff. You put in a glass pack? What are you, crazy? What? Oh, man. Well, if that's what you want to do. It does give off that vibe, but... So what could you have done that's like a huge mistake? Or you don't like the sound of it? Anyway, I gotta watch your video. The way you made the short, I was like, oh man, what'd he do? I was envisioning you drilled a hole through something or something that was like irrevocable.
Okay. He was answering questions.
Oh, you were patching it. Okay. So wait a minute. How did Sawyer know about glass packs?
Yeah, I won't want to do. Don't want to do what my other neighbors.
It didn't sound that bad in the video. It didn't sound like you had a huge hole or something. Valerie, how are you? Perfect timing, maybe. So this isn't really a timed event. What it is there's 50 warriors, either military or first responders, and they bring them here. They bring them to this neighborhood for a weekend of activities. So the point is they're coming from Staten Island, which is another borough. It's like 2 boroughs away. So they have to leave Staten Island, come through Brooklyn, and then this is technically Queens, even though it's so close to Brooklyn. So they have to come into here, and then they spend the weekend here. And this is like a welcome parade for them. Nice. My little garden was a kind of a failure. I didn't really pursue it this year. So you can them, you'll use them throughout the year, or you put them away until winter? It's quick. It's very quick. Like they just pass by, and you might say, well, "What the heck is this guy doing?" But you'll see. To me, it's pretty impressive. And as I was saying before, it's the events throughout the weekend that are really impressive. And to actually interact with some of the guys and ladies too, it's quite heartwarming. And the families also. I mean, you get to talk. If you choose to, you could talk to the families. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Welcome in. Kevin, I saw your stream with the telescopes. I've been to those events also, and I was curious. I was like, let me see how he's going to film what you see. So I know the telescopes where they're using like a tablet or an iPad, but I was like, I don't know. Well, actually, I was at some solar ones too, and I was able to line it up, and you could see the sun through the eyepiece. But the one that I'm gonna go to, I don't know if I'll stream it. I keep, it's either clouds like this, and they cancel it, but they do it on certain Friday, maybe the last Friday of the month. Hey, Russian Wind, how are you? I definitely want to either do a stream or a recorded video there, because the people are cool too. It's pretty amazing what they're seeing, and those ones that you just point like to, they just program a certain star, a star that they might know, North Star, and then the thing takes over and it tells them what's best to view that day and stuff like that. I don't think they were that expensive either. And then of course there was like a real one, and then somebody had like the knockoff one, and the knockoff one had more features than the real one because it was newer. I didn't see the car show. Did you? Was that part of something? All right, I'm a little disappointed because it sounds like they're coming. That's not why I'm disappointed. But they usually have like a helicopter flyover first. So remember, it's just gonna pass. It's not. It's not like. It's not like a huge parade that they, stagger or anything like that. It's just a convoy kind of fire trucks, buses, motorcycles. But yeah, they usually fly over with the helicopter. So much stuff is going on in New York. Maybe a helicopter wasn't available. I mean, every day there's either a building collapse or a plane crashing in the East River or what's the other thing? What's a disease? It's some kind of I don't know, some kind of outbreak. There's so much going on lately. Like I said the other day, since the Knicks, not even the championship, since they made the playoffs, it's just been crazy things going on. Crazy good and bad. Then of course we had the big Operation Sale. Okay, you made a video. Yeah, I gotta get back, I think. I mean, the live streaming is cool, and I like the interaction, but at certain events, certain things, the recorded is good, It's a little bit more work, but not the one from, Jesse, not the one from the produce. I can't remember. It's like from Dirty Water. I can't remember the name. It's like from cooling towers that are on top of buildings. Yeah, Kevin, post it soon. Can you post it like as soon as I end this one? All right, so I think I left a little bit of a gap. I think I kind of showed that the whole, for some reason, nobody's standing in front of this house. I don't know why. I don't see any reason why. But I think it would be better than trying to fit over people's heads or whatever. Yeah, I gotta figure out. I can't remember the name of it. But I mean, I don't know why that would be, but they've just been stretched so thin with different events, and between the World Cup, it's just been nonstop. And maybe they couldn't fly today. I know. I'm only joking, Kevin. A car show is too. It isn't like time sensitive. I mean, if you don't post it till next month, it's not like it's expired or it's, somebody else is gonna have it before you or whatever. So again, they started in Staten Island in a specialized fire, like a rescue unit, and then they went over the Verrazano Bridge in this convoy, then through Brooklyn. Over another bridge into this area here, which is technically Queens, and all along the route there was American flags and different flags, fire trucks. There was probably fire boats. I was questioning whether I should go on the bay side. And again, they're all not the people on the bikes, the people that are either on the trucks or more likely on the buses are wounded warriors. So again, it's not just the warriors, it's their families too. All right, I told you it was going to be quick. So like I say, this is 129, 128. So in 8 blocks, they make a turn and they go to where the reception, like dinner, welcome dinner is. And there's 50, from what I read. There was supposed to be 50 warriors and their families. And they'll be here for the weekend. So they do, in the past, like last year, they did like a fishing trip with them, on a boat. They'd done different type of water activities, adaptive water activities that they could, perform. Some of them for the first time. I mean, some people have never seen an ocean. So it's, it's kind of special, but it's the least we could do. And okay, so some would go on the fishing boat, and then they had like a thing for the girls and for the the moms and the daughters or whatever. They would take them like to a spa day. Yeah. And yeah, it's just a weekend like full of activities. They used to do one too, where they would take them skiing. Not here, but in I don't know if it was PA, probably PA. Susie, all right, let me catch up with the chat. Hey Scotty, how are you? Sorry. Travel with Susie, how are you? Thanks for stopping through. Yeah, I said it was going to be quick. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't do the helicopter flyover. Because that's how I kind of knew last year that they were close. But like I said, maybe the helicopter wasn't available. Did I miss anybody else? Now I hear a helicopter. Susie, Sawyer, Scotty, Russian Wind, how are you? Valerie, okay. I think I said hello to everybody. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh yeah, we want to see if the church is open, right? Was that why you were asking, Sawyer? Is it open? I have a feeling it might not be. There is actually a more impressive church that I noticed. Why was I watching my video? Oh, the recent short that I posted, the one that I posted today, the linked video, like the recommended video or whatever it's called, that you could click on, because it was like a surfing theme, the car kind of. I posted some footage that I took from a storm. I can't think of the name. It's a hurricane something. Aaron maybe? And I kept shooting when I wasn't looking at the ocean. Behind me is a church. I got a feeling it's locked. I'm pretty sure it's locked. It's all right, right? The whole parade is looking at me like, where's he going? Doesn't he know the church is locked? They're all standing across the street looking at me. Yeah, it's locked. A lot of churches now are locked. They close them unless something is going on. Or they'll open them like, an hour or something before. Yes, Jesse, they had a thing where they painted every fire hydrant, and not all the same like pattern, not all the same theme, red, white, and blue. And it wasn't just along here. It was also in another neighborhood that leads to this neighborhood. So that was kind of like for this, but also more for the 250. No, I think the same. Look at this idiot. That's all right. So as quick as they pass, you see the crowd kind of dissipates. And it was funny too, because when I was talking to the guy who's a reporter, I figured if he might know some updates, because I was here a little before I started the live stream, because we were chopping it up. And I was asking him, do you have updates? So he was like checking whatever he was checking on his phone. And we were saying to each other, the crowd seems kind of thin, but we both remembered it from last year as being like that. But I think there was more people at the beginning, but everybody kind of shows up. So I guess they were new, or it was updated, how close they were. Oh, some of them are different, yes. Yeah, like this one here is striped with stars on the top. I'm not sure if it was one group. I'm sure it was multiple. I don't think it was every, if it was in front of your house, I don't know. But I think that was like part of the fun to it, that they didn't want them all to look the same. The Nichols is here? What did she do? What did she do? Hey Kendra, how are you? Sorry I didn't see you. I was trying to break into a church. They saw me coming and they locked the doors. They said, this guy, we can't help this guy. Oh, the Nichols got monetized. Is that why you're saying congratulations? All right, so I haven't been walking much for a particular reason. But I think I have It's okay that they locked the church on me, or it's okay I missed you in the chat. I think I have a block. And what is a good block? I should have went down that block. But we're going to go down this block and look at the ocean. There's a metal detector. You know, you could ask them, did you find anything? And they'll always say no. Even though you're watching them and you see them putting stuff in their pocket. Yeah, they didn't just lock me out, they bolted the door. They shut off the lights. It was like a house that doesn't give candy on Halloween. They pretend they're not home. That's what the church did to me. Maybe they thought I wanted wine or something. So this is New York, guys. I know I always say that. But people don't think of this as just, this is not people's, so the parade didn't come down here, right? The parade didn't come down this block. It's a dead end block, dead end to the beach. American flags are here. I'm just saying, very clean. No skyscrapers that are falling. No Times Square. But this is New York. This is New York City. How you doing? I don't know them. They don't know me. Let's try this guy. We'll say hello. I mean, the camera or the phone might be throwing them off a little. But otherwise, I could fall into a 10-minute discussion with the guy over this. Anything. How are you? Got to dry that out before you can read it, right? Oh, yeah. Now this interests me. I got to remember what block this is. What the heck is this? It's very small, whatever it is. So yeah, if I'm walking slow, it's because now I'm thinking, can we see the ocean from here? I don't know, there might be a dune. Let's see what we see. Like San Diego? This is a very, I don't know what the word is, fancy part of the area. As you could see, they're all like huge houses. And I think a lot of these houses used to be like bed and breakfasts and stuff. Some of them are like massive. So actually, that same event that passed, it used to be bigger and that more of the community would be able to go to the events. And to raise money every year, they used to have this huge block party. So it would be held on one of these blocks. I'm trying to think of which one in particular, but it was like on that block, there was like a couple of people that were, you know, into it. And huge block party, entertainment, drinks, non-stop food, kids activities, crazy. And the guests, the warriors, were just kind of like walking around, you know, if they wanted to. And the way they would raise money is you would buy the bracelet. You know, they had a bracelet that you would wear, and whatever you wanted. It's kind of like the thing that I filmed with the Christmas. just trying to figure this out. That's how they raise money. And I forget, some kind of childhood disease that they do that for. It's actually not too far from here. But that's in a neighborhood called Neponset. So that was really cool. But that was a different organization that did it. And I don't know. They're not doing it anymore. So, I mean, they're still doing the event, but to a lesser degree. So instead of a boardwalk here, they have these mobi mats on this side of the dune. So if you have to get to one street to the other and you can't, or you don't want to walk through the sand, you could walk on the mat, which is usually pretty much sand free, and it's easier to walk. So it's funny I said that, because here you could see there's a mobile mat here, but it's covered with sand because the wind blew it or whatever. But my foot is feeling pretty good. So again, these dunes are man-made. To help prevent any kind of damage if a big storm comes. Because you could see there's houses that are like freaking oceanfront. So they lost their view. They lost, they probably could, when this dune wasn't here, you could probably be sitting on the lower deck and see the ocean. But these are all pretty much new. Sandy just destroyed them. Okay. So there's people here, because you see shoes. That means there's people. Oh, this is cool. So don't forget to thumbs. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, and if there's anybody watching and you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. I'm always doing interesting, strange, not strange, but just a variety of different things. Maybe strange. So, oh yeah, so how does the microphone sound? Because it is a little windy here. Hey Kathy, welcome in. Joseph's mom, welcome. Nancy Drew, how are you? So for the people that just came in, or if you're just joining, you don't have to go back too far, because it took a little while for the parade to get here, but that's why I came out, was to watch this parade. It's a very short, quick parade. It's just the meaning behind and the people that are in the parade that makes it special. Oh, cool. Yeah, we're gonna lose some of the ocean sound, but you won't hear the wind, because I know I've done streams where you could hardly hear me, and it was just annoying, the wind. So there's no more mat, so now you have to walk through the sand, which normally doesn't bother me, but this is cool too, because this is like the regular how the ocean is here. As far as waves, I mean, they get a little bit bigger on this section, I think. But if you compare this to the video that I linked when the hurricane was coming through, or the nor'easter that I recorded, you'll see a difference. Oh, so, okay. Let's see something. I see this black things? So the 4th of July, I'm not sure now. This is probably 4th of July related. It looks like they had a fire here, like a bonfire, like a beach fire. But some of those things that were being launched were probably from here, you know, from these beaches. Because I was more like towards the boardwalk. There's a famous lifeguard chair. So on this side, you don't see the sun. Not that there would be a really sunset. The sunset is on the other side. You could see kind of through the clouds behind the buildings, behind the houses. The sunset is on that side. This side gets the sunrise, which is pretty cool. I've come here really early in the morning and just hung out in the lifeguard chair with ham and egg and cheese. See, this is good. This is where the hard sand. Yeah, I mean, that might have been from another night. I thought it was like gonna be debris, and I would have been surprised because I'm pretty sure that they clean it up. As you could see, these beaches are pretty well kept. You know, there's not a lot of, you know, garbage. And think about it, I don't see a garbage can. Maybe over there. So it's like the people that live here kind of, you know, take care of themselves. And I'm sure the Parks Department comes through with like the sand rake thing. With a sandwich. You're making fun of my ham. I to be honest, I usually don't get cheese. Maybe just ham and egg. Can you hear the ocean? Yeah, I was saying that, Nancy, the birds, they don't know what to do. I mean, I know everybody thinks about the dogs and the cats too, but they're definitely impacted. But you know what? There's no roosters here, so everybody's got their thing. We don't hear many roosters around here. Actually, like I was saying, they're illegal in New York. You could have chickens, but you can't have roosters. I'm glad that the ocean sound is coming through because I have the microphone, like, you know, on me. All right, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk. We came off this block. We'll go up a different block because I parked on the next street up off the dead ends. So once I get up there, I'll figure out which way I have to walk. But we'll walk up a different block. The sunset looks like it kind of, I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe you would get it at the last minute of a nice show. Yeah, we'll walk up a different block, see if I can make any friends. Oh, this is a great block because the mobile mat, I see a blue all the way down to the lifeguard chair. It is, right? This is not what you think of New York. I mean, you think of this in Long Island in New York, but this is New York City. There's just something about being near the water in general that I always loved, even when I was a kid. And that wasn't the ocean. I mean, we would go to like Coney Island because I was in Brooklyn, but just being by the water, like the New York Bay, it's calming. I don't know, like it makes you think of like how insignificant other things are, if that makes sense, and how powerful nature is. Is Pete here? This is not where they filmed Jaws, but they do show Jaws here. And one year, was it here or Coney Island? They set up the screen, so they have like inflatable screens. I don't know if you ever been to like an outdoor screening. And there's actually a couple that are starting tonight in Manhattan, though, in the parks. And the way that they position the screen, they'll figure out which way, because it's inflatable, so it could blow around. So the way they positioned the screen that particular time was this way. So you were looking at this, and you're seeing the movie, and some of the scenes, it's like you see the water, and either just, the water with the boat in it, not necessarily, the shark, but it looked like you were there. It was amazing. I don't think they couldn't have planned it that well, but it worked out amazing. Another time I went, they didn't position it that way. So I think it just so happened that it was because of the wind. But it was pretty cool. Isn't it some kind of anniversary of the Jaws movie? Something I saw was an anniversary. I can't remember. Is it Jaws? I think it is. New York gal, how are you? Welcome in. There's Pete. Hey Pete, how are you? Hey Rev, how you doing? You guys are good when you say hello to each other. I like that, because if I miss you, then I could just see, oh, they're saying hello, they must be here. I think last year was Jaws. Oh, okay. What the heck was the anniversary I heard about? It was 50 for something. Something that must have happened in 76. Something like that. Oh, you saw it in the theater? Yeah, I've seen it in the theater too. This is actually a cool ramp. But I don't know if I'm portraying it right. So you're standing here, you're seeing the scene, like with the boat in the water of the movie, and you just look beyond, because you're looking at the big screen. You can't see, like, let's say, the lifeguard chair or whatever else is going on, and it just looks like the ocean continues. It was almost like a 3D type thing. And you're getting the breeze. Maybe you hear you're hearing the ocean. Maybe you're smelling the salt air. It was cool. HC teacher, hey, how are you? Welcome in. HC, we were at and everybody else who just joined. It wasn't a beach walk that I was intending to do. I went to a parade for the Warriors. Well, you probably saw the title. It's a quick parade. They just passed through, but I wanted to show it. So if you want, you could scroll back a little bit. It's not, I don't think it was I don't think it was 20 minutes. So they were arriving for the weekend. This is the best street for ramp wise. They have grab handles, grab rails. This is the best street. How are we gonna know what street this is? How will we know? How will we know? So I wanted to point something else out, but now I feel weird because there's people where I wanted to. Oh yeah, Beach 131. That's how you'll know. And again, this mat goes all the way down. So instead of a boardwalk here, they have a mat. I could show you here. Kind of. It's more for there. So if they know a big storm is coming, there's some kind of a piece of something. Don't ask me what it is. Maybe steel. And it slides into there. Not this one. Just think of that channel. Kind of channel that looks like the building that collapsed. Or it was about to collapse. The twisted I-beam in that building in Manhattan. But they have these doors. That they slide into here. And it goes to the other side here. So if they know a big storm is coming, they could slide it in. Where's the outfield? There is no outfield. Oh, there he is. There he is. There's the outfield. I remember you're from Jersey. Jersey got messed up, man, with this storm. They're not catching a break there, because I think they got hit again today with heavy rain, but they got twisted up the 2 days ago or yesterday. A lot of trees. Even in New York, I heard a report. I can't retain the number. They said something like 500 something trees in New York City came down. I don't know if that's a lot now that I said it out loud. I mean, all you need is one if it affects your power, right? Or your car is parked under it. This is the best block, 131. Yeah, so that wall wasn't always there, Rev. It wasn't always there. And you would think, well, what the hell's the wall doing if you're leaving the door open? But there's a panel that slides in. Not sure where the panels are. But if they know a storm is coming, they come and they put, and every street has that, of these, because there's no boardwalk. Down further, there's a boardwalk, so that gives a kind of protection, I guess. And it's not just a wall that we see, it goes deep, deep, deep. And it's not just cement, it's like steel reinforced on both sides. Oh, nothing bad, but you had heard about the damage. It just seems like one thing, I was saying that before, it just seems like one thing after the next. Every day is some kind of a crazy situation. $117? So I guess you're not barbecuing. Jesse. Did they fix your air conditioner? I'm sure this works. It probably needs a filter or something, and the people would throw it out here. Yeah, 117 is extreme. I would just lock myself. I don't know what I would stick my head in. I would take all my food out of the refrigerator and curl up in the refrigerator. You had 110? I don't know. I start to get a little cranky at high 80s lately. I don't know about flowers, but it looks cool. So yeah, these are the houses. I'm trying to think if this is one of the houses. I don't think it is. I think it's just an active house. I was gonna say I don't know if that's one that does big decorations. Oh, this is a cool house here. Needs like a rocking chair, right? Sit up on that porch with a rocking chair, some lemonade. Now I hear a helicopter. I was really a little bummed that they didn't have the helicopter for the parade. So kind of, you know what? This is kind of like the American, is it a barbershop? But the barbershop, the jerseys from the American soccer team, which is now sadly out. Now I have no reason to even have it on. It kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, this was the parade route. It was a convoy. I don't know. They call it a parade. Whoa. It's a cool Toyota. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it maybe on this corner, under this tree. And I'm so glad that it didn't rain. I think because I grabbed an umbrella and I was walking around with an umbrella. So I was prepared. I also had my eyes on the bus. There's like a bus shelter there because the church wouldn't let me in. But I think the umbrella was a good move. Maybe that's why it didn't rain. If I didn't have it, it probably would have rained. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, if anybody who hasn't hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Doesn't cost nothing, anything. Yeah, not too much of a sunset. But yeah, and if anyone just happened to stumble on the stream, subscribe. Do all kinds of stuff. All right, thanks everybody, and I'll see you on the YouTube streets.